So I can add integers. So here, this first problem, we have 3 plus 5. Now this 3 represents 3 positives. This 5 represents 5 positives. Now if you notice, all together, we have 8 positives. In this first example, we don't have any negative signs. It's just 3 positives plus 5 positives is 8 positives. So for number 2, we have negative 3 plus negative 5. In this example, we are given 3 negatives, and we are to add to that 5 negatives. Now, if you look at what's in front of you, do we have any positive signs? No. All we are given are negative signs. So the only thing that we can do is say that we have negative 8, not positive 8. It has to be a negative 8. So the rule. When signs are the same, add and keep the sign. When signs are the same, you add and keep the sign. 3 positives and 5 positives equal 8 positives. 3 negatives and 5 negatives equal 8 negatives. If I have 3 Gala apples and 5 Honeycrisp apples, I have 8 apples. If I have 3 purple grapes and 5 green grapes, I have 8 grapes. Example 3, we have negative 3 plus 5. I have 3 negatives. And we are going to combine that 3 negatives with 5 positives. I have 3 negatives, and we're going to combine that with 5 positives. Now, I know for the longest time your math teacher have told you, when you see a plus sign, what are you supposed to do with the 2 numbers? Add. You're not going to subtract when you see a plus sign. Since 2nd grade, maybe 1st grade, your teachers have told you, when you see a plus sign, plus the 2 numbers together. But now everything's going to change. Even though this is an addition problem, even though our I can statement is I can add integers, there are going to be situations where we are going to be subtracting. This is an addition problem. It has an addition sign. However, to find the answer, we will be subtracting. Now, I do need to tell you that right here, a negative combined with a positive is called a neutral pair. And what number do we associate neutral with? What integer represents neutral, Sean? 0. So in essence, this negative and positive cancel out with each other. They wipe away. This negative and positive cancel with each other and wipe away. This negative and positive cancel with each other and wipe away. All three of these are neutral pairs. All three of these are 0. And so now let's take a step back and look, what do we have left? What's remaining? 2 positives. So our answer is 2. Finally, number 4. In this situation, bless you, we are given 3 positives. And we are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negatives. Bless you. Again, look at what we have. We have a neutral pair, which means that these cancel out to get 0. And we are left with 2 negatives. So the rule when signs are different, subtract and take the sign of the larger number. Subtract and take the sign of the larger number. When signs are different, subtract and take the sign of the larger number. All right, let's take a look at a couple examples here. I owe Zoe $19. I owe Alexis $82. That would be a real life situation for this. Now, notice this is an addition problem, but are we going to add these numbers together? Are we going to add these integers together? And the answer to that is yes, because the signs are the same. When the signs are the same, we will add them together. If I have 19 negatives and I have 82 negatives all together, I have 101 negatives. Looking at example 2, I have 23 negatives and I have 17 positives. This is an addition problem, but are we going to add them together? And the answer is no. And why are we not going to add these integers together, Corey?
Because it's a negative and positive.
Right, the signs are different. So in this situation, we have to subtract and we get 6. 23 minus 17 is 6. However, what do we have more of? Do we have more positives or do we have more negatives, Victor? Right. So the answer is actually going to be negative 6. Don't know why I tried to put parentheses around that. Let's do 82, negative 82 plus 90. Negative 82 plus 90. Now this is an addition problem because there's an addition sign. Are we going to add these two numbers together? Yes or no? Julian? No. Why not? Why are we going to subtract them? Right, I have a negative here, and then this 90 is positive. The signs are different. It says right here, when signs are different, subtract. And 90 minus 82 is 8. And our answer is going to be positive because we have more positives than negatives. Now, the reason for these two sets of rules is I don't want you to sit here and draw out 19 negatives and then sit here and draw out 82 negatives and then add those, then count them up. And the same thing with number 2. I don't want you to sit here and draw out 17 positives and then draw out 23 negatives, do the neutral pair thing, and then count up how many negatives you have left. That's why these rules are set in place. If the signs are the same, just add. If signs are different, you have to subtract because some of the negatives will cancel out with some of the positives. Derek's cat is 15 feet high, stuck in a tree. The cat climbs up 9 feet, then climbs down 12 feet, then climbs back up 7 feet. What is the cat's position relative to the ground? So the cat is 15 feet high, stuck in a tree. The cat climbs up 9 feet, climbs down 12 feet, and then climbs back up 7 feet. What is the cat's position relative to the ground? And the ground is sea level. The ground is par. The ground is neutral. Dustin?
The cat is 19 feet.
19 feet? You guys agree with that? Well, let's see. Derek's cat is 15 feet high. cat climbs up 9 feet, then climbs down 12 feet. How would we write that as an integer? Climbing down 12 feet. Then climbs back up 7 feet. So we're going to do 15 plus 9. Corey? Joe, do you know why we're going to subtract these numbers here and get 12? It says to add, but why are we subtracting? Correct. The 24 is positive, the 12 is negative, the signs are different. You have to subtract. 12 plus 7 is 19 feet. This morning, the temperature was negative 3 degrees outside. The temperature dropped 2 degrees, dropped another 5 degrees before rising 18 degrees. What is the temperature outside? It was negative 3. The temperature dropped 2, dropped another 5, and then it rose 18 degrees. What is the temperature outside? Christian, 8 degrees. John?
8 degrees.
8 degrees. Dustin? 8 degrees. Well, let's see. It's negative 3 out. The temperature dropped 2 degrees. Dropped 5 degrees. Rose 18 degrees. It's negative 3 out. Temperature dropped 2. Dropped 5. Rose 18. So what's negative 3 plus negative 2? Bree. Negative 3 plus negative 2. Can't think? Okay. Take your time. It's negative 3 plus negative 2. Yes. Good job, Bree. Nice work. Maddie, what's negative 5 plus negative 5? Shh. I could. Negative 10. And then what's negative 10 plus 18, Avery? Nice job. So I have 20 dashes. On the number line, add -8 plus 15. And where do we always start on a number line? Any number line that you're ever given. Where do you always start? Where is our starting position? Corey? 0. So you have to start at 0. And now let's look at the first integer, -8. Am I going to go forward to 8 or am I going to go backward to 8? Emily? Robin? Backwards. And we went backwards because it's a negative. And now our next integer is a positive 15. Are we going to go backwards or frontwards? Frontwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And there's our answer. No, this is not how you would find out the distance. If we wanted to figure out the distance, which number is bigger, -8 or 15? So 15 goes on top. Draw our vertical number line. And now where would 0 go? On top, in the middle, or underneath? So look at what we have here. This is a plus sign. So the distance would be 23. Okay. Notice my number line. The numbers are below, and my rays are up above. You are in 7th grade now. No more humps. No more humps. This. I know. No more skips, no more hops, no more humps. Straight rays. That's all I want to raise. Again, we have 20 dashes. On a number line, where do we always start, Morgan? No. Where do we always start, Lizzie?
0.
We always start at 0. And notice the first integer is -3, so we go back to -3. The next integer is -11, so we have to go back 11. So our answer is -14. Do you guys know what the word substitution means? Sean?
When, like, I substitute, you're taking over someone.
Correct. Right. And we actually use this in math class. So for number 8, I want us to figure out what A plus B is. So what we have to do is exactly what Sean just said. We have to substitute the value for each variable. What's the value of A? What's the value of B? So now we have -5 plus 12. This is an addition problem. Are we going to add these numbers together, Zoe? No. Why not? Correct. How about B plus C? Substitute the values. What's the value of letter B? What's the value of C? This is an addition problem. Are we going to add those together? Yes or no? Cody? Why? Very good. Let's take a look at A plus C. What's A? -5. What's C? -8. Substitute those values. And now, it's an addition problem, but are we going to add them together? Alexis? Why?
Because they're both negative.
Correct. The signs are the same. So you have to add. Absolute value of A plus B plus C. Absolute value of A plus B plus C. -5 plus 12 plus -8. Now, let me tell you what I like to do. Just makes it a lot easier for me. I combine the negatives because I'm going to add those. If I have 5 negatives and 8 negatives, how much do I have altogether? 13 negatives. And now I have negative 13 plus 12. And what's the solution to negative 13 plus 12, Caden? Definitely not 1. Alexis? It's negative 1. Now the absolute value of negative 1 is 1.